So the day has finally come. Today we are pulling the little 1.8 turbo out of the Jetta here. It's been fun in this car, but it's time for this to come out. So before we start pulling the engine out of the car, which it should be out today unless we find some unseen problems, I need to clear out all of this over here. So same like the VR5, how I did that one. Pull the car in front first, pull the engine, and I have a spare engine stand like this one. So the 1.8T will be set up right there, ready to go for a future build. So the Jetta here is looking a little bit full. Just a little bit full. But it's okay because now the garage is much cleaner and I have a nice spot for the 1.8T right there. All right, one final cold start before we tear her apart.
It does start cutting it.
Pop her open. Oh yeah. All right, so the car is up and supported. She is currently under the car. She's gonna undo the lower radiator hose and drain the coolant. Then we can pull the entire front end off the car. And while she's doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and pull the wheels off, undo the axles. I think with this one, since the 1.8T is so much smaller than the VR5 and the VR6, I'm gonna leave the transmission in the car because I don't want the automatic transmission, and we'll pull just the engine. Still gotta remove all this stuff, but I think when I'm doing the axles, I'll undo the 8 or so bolts that hold the transmission to the actual engine, and we'll pull just this out because I mean the rest of it I don't need, so no sense pulling it out. Either my impact gun here got much stronger, or these lug nuts are just super loose. Oh hey, actually this one does have that wheel lock on it. So I found a wheel lock in the trunk. Thank God I actually have it. But the rest didn't have it. This one actually has a wheel lock on it. You can see it right there. Super annoying, but thankfully it's actually in the trunk. So I'm super glad I found that. That would have been annoying. Yeah, these are not very tight. All right, well, let me grab the wheel lock really quick. Right there. See that? Lifesaver. I've been quite salty if I didn't have this. And of course it's the one that's on there super tight. Alright. There she is. Alright, off you go. Oh no, where's my persuasion hammer? There she is. Okay. So I was about to start pulling the axles off from the trans, and I realized since we're not pulling the trans, we're only pulling just the engine, there's really no point to pull the axles out of the trans. So I was kind of doing all this for no reason. So when we were here, the coolant is out now. Now we're go ahead and pull off the grill. So we'll pull the grill off first. There's T30s. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4. There's one under this grill and that grill, and a couple that connect the bumper to the fender liner in here. Then we can pull the entire thing forward after we disconnect the AC lines, the headlight harness, and a few other things. And then all of this will come forward like that one over there. And then we can work on disconnecting all the harness bits from the frame of the car that connects it to the engine. Off now. Yeah, disconnect the the marker lights there. There she is. See if you can just one-handed or not here. I think you just pull. There it is. Yeah, there's also a sensor down here. What is this thing? It's been zip tied away. Well, I need to cut that real fast. I don't know where my cutter's at. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Open, please. That's off. Now, bumper is free. It's fine. I believe at this point, everything back here is disconnected. We have the headlights disconnected, the hood latch cable piece or the hood latch sensor, whatever this plug here is. I'm pretty sure the AC lines are actually not connected to this at all, if I remember correctly from the VR5. Upper hose is off on that side, the headlights over there. All we have left to do is these T30s. There's 4 of them, one there, and then same on that side. And then 4 13s, I want to say, or 15s, but 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then all of this should come forward as one piece. Also that one, I think that one and that one that hold these little tabs in. And we can pull the entire thing off. See if we missed anything. I don't think we did, but we'll see. Alright, let's see. Oh, I thought you did these ones up here for now. I thought you guys did these ones, but we both just like talked about it and then after the clip
Didn't do anything.
neither of us actually took them off. So these ones should be our last ones here. This one. No,
Okay, take 2.
Oh, maybe pull this hood latch cable out. I disconnected this side, but not the actual cable. Hood latch cable's off, and then you gotta pull these little cover pieces right here. There's a couple of Phillips heads that hold them in, because the cable runs through the plastic. All the cover pieces off. And our hood latch cable. There she is. Okay, so I think.
Well, and there's this one.
Oh, I don't know. This is different than the VR6. Whatever. This is a secondary. Oh, so the VR6, the secondary auxiliary pump is over here on the 1.8T. It looks like it's right here on the back of the radiator fan shroud. So 210 looks like, and that'll come off. And then there's a few plugins down here, and then that's it. All right, so at this point, it should now be ready to come off. Things like the auxiliary pump right here, I didn't know about because the VR6 is a little bit different. But on the bottom here, I also forgot the AC lines. I don't know why I thought there's no AC lines going to the front when the condenser is clearly right here. I don't know. I almost pulled the axles off and I even pulled the trans, so my mind's been like crazy today. But at this point, I think everything should be off. And now the front end can come off and we can start working on the actual engine coming out. Should be good now. The AC line on this stuff was a giant pain. I think we're good. There we go. Finally, and now there's a whole mess of things in there, but that's okay. Good Lord, that is just a mess of like vacuum lines and hoses galore. Looks ridiculous. So, do you want to do trans bolts or do you want to do stuff connecting to engine to frame? What's your pick?
I'll do stuff up here.
All right, so anything that's connecting from the body of the car to the engine must be disconnected. So fuel lines, power steering lines, disconnect right here for the intercooler that's over here in the corner. All of this stuff, anything you can get off of here will need to come off. And then I'll be doing the trans bolts, which are back in there somewhere. There's a few on top and then the bunch on the bottom. And then once all that's off, we're gonna lift it, shift it this way. There should be enough room to go all the way to here and then slide the entire thing out. But we'll see. God, this looks like this is ridiculous. There's way too much stuff down here. Why is there so many things? Like I said, this is my first time actually pulling a 1.8 turbo, and there's a lot. I feel like even though the VR5 had all that secondary stuff, it was nowhere near as just messy as all this. All right, well, let the fun begin. All right, so slight change of plans. I'm gonna work on this side, just clearing out all of this kind of garbage stuff. She's gonna do that side. Once everything is clear, the harness out of the way, because right now I can't even really see where these trans bolts are even at. So I'm gonna go through and just clear as much of this stuff out of the way, get the harness kind of out of here, that way I can get down to the bolts, and then by that time we should have all the surrounding stuff off, and then it's just trans bolts, and then yanking on out of here. Progress is being made. There's just so much like just stuff in this area. I'm just following the wires through it. I'm plugging everything. I got all of this stuff off so far. So there's like starters in there, power steering's in there somewhere. There's ground, some of the like fan control modules. This one over here, the big like round one, wherever it went to. Did I lose it? Somewhere. Oh, this right here. Not that one. I lied. Where'd it go? Oh, this one. This one. Nope, not that one. Where? Oh, there it is. There it is. This one plugs into your automatic trans. It kind of like screws in like the Mark III kind of style engine harness. Yeah, I'm just going through and getting as much as possible pulled off and just set to the side out of the way. Not all these wires are the actual engine harness. The Mark IVs I learned last time. There's a box up here, like 5 or so, and it actually splits the accessories versus the engine harness. It's actually really nice. And then over here, intercooler's off. She's pulling off the coolant, the power steering, and just cleaning up that side. And then some of the intercooler piping that goes back over that way. So, getting there, I'm gonna pull these AC lines off as well, move that out of the way. And once I get most of this out of the way, I can start finding some of these, where they're at, the trans bolts. Oh, there's one right there, way down there. I've never actually pulled an auto Mark IV trans before, so this will be a new experience. The big question for a 1.8T, engine cover, no engine cover. I think I'm gonna paint all that stuff for sure, but I don't know if I'm gonna run it with the engine cover and be able to see some of it through it, or just run no cover. It looks kind of messy without a cover. I like engine covers because, like, same with the VR5, it just cleans up a lot of that like dead space, and you see like all the wires and stuff. So we'll see. Cover, no cover. Continued progress. The front is getting less and less cluttered, which is nice. I'm pulling off the secondary air stuff right now. There's a big bracket that's back here that holds all of it on, so that's coming off. AC lines are off. I'm trying to get back to the wires here. There's one little connector back there I need to get off, but I had to pull this up all the way first. But this thing that I pulled off earlier that was zip tied to the bumper, it's an actual like plug, like an actual plug, like charge your phone, charge your car. I don't know why this is here. It runs through underneath to somewhere, and then I don't know where it goes after that, but I don't know. It's an actual plug, which is so weird. I don't know. Is this a common Mark IV thing, like to plug in your car? Maybe for like, it's not like a diesel where you like warm the block, so I don't really know what this would be for. That's funny and weird and just, I don't know. All right, so update on my fancy little plug here. I pulled off that bracket and I can see it's like the cord goes to the oil pan. It's like a pad of some sort. This can't be factory. There's no way this is factory. Here, hold on. Yank this real fast. Look at a heating pad. What is this? Like a heating pad? Or some sort of, I don't know what this would be, but it has a normal like
a wall plug.
That you, I don't know what this is.
So you're gonna plug it into your wall and then just.
I'm not over here, not an adapter. I'm not. Well, if you have a Mark IV with the 1.8T and you've seen this before, this looks like a heating pad. But why would you be just like preheating the oil in your car? I guess I don't know. I'm confused on what this is, but it's interesting. All right, so at this point we're just about out with the engine. Only things left to do is the downpipe bolts, and then we have the heater core hoses, and that's pretty much it. I wasn't disconnecting the trans from the block itself, but it looks like if you come down here, they use these really big, right inside that little gap there. There's one down over here. They look like really big triple square bolts, and I don't think I have a triple square that big. There's one down here as well, a bit smaller. I think I have one for that size, but not these ones. And there's a bolt, you can see it. It's like way back there on top, and I don't know how to get to it just yet. So they would go through and take the axle off, pull the engine with the trans. We'll undo these mounts. All the wiring is off, so everything is off besides heater core, downpipe, and then axles, and then she's ready to get out of there. All right, driver's side axle is now out. All we have left is the passenger side axle, and for some reason the bolts back here on the downpipe, which are, there's 4 that go around this, are on there ridiculously tight. So I might try and just unbolt it from the Cat, and hopefully if it lifts up, it's enough room to just wiggle its way out. But we're almost there. Bolts on the axle, downpipe or Cat, and then out of the car. So we were able to get everything off of the engine except for the last 3 bolts on the downpipe. I can't quite get enough access from here trying to reach down. I can't tell if they're stripped or just seized up. I got 1 free, but the rest won't budge. So we're gonna do now, axles are off, everything else is off and ready to go. We're gonna lift up the engine real quick, undo this mount, pull the entire thing forward. We're gonna have some more room to see back here, and then hopefully either break them free or break them or cut them off, one of the 3. But right now it's just kind of tight and I can't quite get to them. So we'll pull it forward, get some more room, and then after that, she's out of there. I am quite ready for this thing to be out of this vehicle. Go ahead and give it a few cranks on there. We'll go up with it just a little bit. No more. Well, a couple more. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and pull it forward a little bit so I can get back there and pull that downpipe off, and after that she's free. This is power steering. Oh, there's 110 for the power steering, so I'll take that one off, and then the trans should be free. That side's clear, and then yeah, just downpipe.
Can you please walk us through what's happening right now?
I got it. I got it. I hate downpipe bolts. They're always so annoying. Let's just start cutting everything off. All right, we just got the final downpipe bolt. Much easier to have actual like room to work. So once this is split, everything else is off. The axle's dropped. I don't think we missed anything. So here momentarily, we can get it out. And then the fun begins of trying to roll it over there on this lovely, lovely cobblestone. One day we're gonna have a nice big house. I'm gonna have you know what? I just want concrete. Like, I'm not even asking for much. I just want concrete. I just want to be able to roll things around. All right, that one's off, this one's off, this one's off. Okay, I'm gonna get the hammer and probably tap it a few times to separate it, and then we should be good. Where's my big... Well, first official 1.8T pulled. Wasn't too bad. Now I know the few, like, this kind of stuff is different than the VR platforms and with the automatic trans, but other than that, really wasn't too difficult. Again, we're in a barn on 1911 cobblestone with half the tools I should have, but still not too bad to actually do. I think that's actually gonna be good. Drop it down more. Okay, coming. Pause. Oh, she's sturdy. That giant tank of a trans, keeping it nice and level. Cool. All right, let me pull this out of here. Look at that. She's free. You don't realize how long. It was probably a solid 20 minutes to go from there to there. This cobblestone, it's fun. If we can do stuff in this garage, we can do stuff literally anywhere. But now, the 1.8 turbo is out. I didn't want this to be out, but I don't have these massive triple squares. I'll have to get some, and then we can ditch this and get rid of that. This car will probably leave this week at some time, put the front end back on it and the parts I don't need, and when this car leaves, the Pink Floyd is coming home, and eventually this will go on that car. But for now, it'll sit here until this thing's done. But this was fun. First 1.8D pulls. You did good. There it is. Not too bad. It's looking cleaner so far. Remember, this engine looks similar to this with all the secondary air, all this kind of stuff. But by the time we're done with this, it'll be like that. Very bare bones, only the essentials. All this unnecessary stuff is all gonna go away. And it's kind of funny, you can see the back. Little, it gets kind of dark right here. Little baby turbo back there. I think the AWP came factory with a KO3S, I wanna say. So peppy little engine, but we'll have to make it a little bit better. What I'm really excited for is once all the Mark IIIs are done, we can pull them out into the driveway, put the 4-cylinder next to the 5-cylinder, next to the 6-cylinder, and have such an awesome Mark III lineup. Plus, the colors between this one, the Pink Floyd, and Miley are gonna look so good in a line. I can't wait. But with that, gonna end the video here. Hope you guys enjoyed. Do not forget, be thankful for every single day. See you guys next time. Peace.